This is the examination of the hidden human condition.
This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Bruschi.
This week we are taking a look and a listen to the 5-hour police interrogation of Wendi Adelson. Continue with that right now.
Another kind of question we have, do you want, if we get in touch with one of your friends, you think it's best if maybe they picked up the kids first, or?
Just because it's 4:15 now, I didn't know time-wise what we'd be looking at.
I just don't want to bring them. I was about to say I don't want to traumatize them, but they're about to get plenty traumatized.
And they can take them home.
Right. I just don't know what would be less upsetting for the boys.
That's up to you.
What I would most like.
Or we can make arrangements with the school and just say, look, it's going to be a little late. You need to work with us, and mom and a friend will come.
I think they do keep it open till like 5:30 or so. So what I would most like would be to pick them up myself and have someone with me in case I don't feel like I can drive well.
That's fine. And Lynn would be your first option to come here.
Lynn would be my first choice, or Alan, her husband.
Okay. And you're okay with me speaking with them and telling them to come here?
Yeah.
First, and
my car is.
We have the cars here.
Oh, they got it here.
I think they were bringing it here, and
Did they take my keys?
I don't know.
How did they get the car here?
I don't know.
I guess you guys.
Well, I may be wrong. I thought. And Investigator Isom, it may still be at the other place, was going to touch base. Oh, okay. I may be wrong. Was going to touch base with you about, because I know he's done a bunch of different stuff as far as doing your hands and all that stuff, to see if you'd be willing to let us look in your car to see if there's anything, you know. Okay.
Search the car.
And so he'll have another form for you to do.
That's fine.
Okay. So I will call them, and the question is, I will not tell them what's going on until they get here.
I would tell them.
Okay. I just didn't know them driving. Are they good friends with him as well?
They've been mutual friends, but they're more my friends.
Okay.
I think everyone's gonna be devastated.
Sure. And maybe I'll just say that you're up here, you're fine, but they need to come pick you up, and then we can do that here, you know?
I think you can tell them Wendi needs help picking up the boys because of what's happened. Like, I think you can tell them why I need them.
That's fine.
And that's fine.
And she said she's fine with the van, searching the van and stuff when, you know, because we were talking about that. All right, I will take care of this, Wendy.
Thank you. I don't know who that is. Is she another victim?
She's a sergeant with us.
Okay. That was very gendered of me. Sorry.
That was what?
No, you're okay.
She's a victim advocate because she's a woman.
No.
You're welcome. I'll fill out whatever paperwork you want.
I have it right here.
Search the van. I can read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you witness that, Sarah?
Sure.
We got an alternative for the kids.
What's the alternative?
Right now, Joanna's calling one of her friends that she gave us and trying to see if they can have the friend come here,
right,
and then they can go together and pick up the children. That way she'll have a support system.
Right,
So.
absolutely. The receipt you just rolled up, what was that for?
That was lunch. I was trying to find the receipt from the bourbon, but I may have put it with the bourbon. This is from yesterday. It's lunch. But these are old ones. I was looking for the bourbon, but I must have put it in the bag with the bourbon that I kept in the car.
Can I hold on to this one for Mosaic?
Sure.
Okay. Do you need it to balance your book in?
No,
Okay.
sorry, that's fine.
What's this?
I just didn't want you to think I was crumbling up other receipts.
No, it wasn't for that. I just was thinking before.
No, I just thought I would find the bourbon one.
Yeah.
But I must have put it in the bag.
Just looking at the dates.
I eat a lot. I lost the key to my house, so I went to buy many spare keys to give to friends around town so I don't get locked out of my house again.
Okay.
So that's what that is. It's my many spare keys that are now around Tallahassee, which now makes me nervous.
Okay. So Oh, I know the receipt that I might be interested in is the gas receipt.
Yeah. Oh, I asked for no receipt,
Okay.
so I can give you my
That's okay.
charge card information, but
If I need it later on.
I didn't get a
we'll do it.
receipt.
That's all right.
Okay.
But you bought the bourbon over there sometime afternoon and then went to, okay. All right.
It should be, the bourbon's in the car, so
Okay.
it should be in there.
Okay. I'll get started on this and we'll hold on to this.
Are you bringing the car here?
Yes, I think it's already here.
How did they bring it here without
Tow truck.
keys?
Tow truck. Yeah. Okay. We're trying to be as efficient as possible. All right, so we're working on the
Yep, Joanna's trying to make contact now with some friends.
okay, and then they'll come here hopefully. Okay.
Hopefully, as long as she can get.
Do you think I need to, I had like a whole weekend of plans ahead with the kids and stuff, like, should I start contacting people and let them know that like I can't,
Just
what's a good idea? I just, like, I can't show up for like play dates right now, so.
sure, yeah.
I don't know, like, do you want me not to tell people what's going on? Is this like,
Well,
I got that call from Lisa Carey, so like, how did she find out?
well, she said she saw something in the neighborhood or heard
She
something,
said she
right?
heard there was a shooting on Trescott. I thought because she's a real estate agent, maybe she was
Right.
rolling around and she saw Trescott. But how did, like, is it on the news? Like, did
Well, I can tell you that there was news media out there with cameras, but I don't know if anything has been reported as to the specific address.
okay.
I don't know what our public information office has released.
I'm asking for you, like,
Okay.
I don't want to like make this,
She wants to know what she can tell people or what she can't right now.
which in
Well,
terms of making things better or worse for you.
I would say that for right now, I would not deny to anybody that something did happen, but
But
you
if
could.
I'm gonna call and cancel all my, like, I'm supposed to be at a party
Right.
tonight, like,
Okay, I can't. Basically, I can't go. There's been an incident.
so I
that's
can
happened
just
in front
tell
of
people I'm just not gonna be able to be
Right.
there. I'll talk to you later, and that's
Right.
it.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want you. I don't want you not to have a support network of friends.
Yeah.
And they're-
Well, I
and
will
you-
tell who needs to know, but like,
Right.
I also, I don't.
You want to
I
explain
don't-
this to 1,000 people.
Well, it's not about. It's yes, but I don't think that's good for the kids. Like, I don't want people. I don't know what to do about, like, the kids are really young. I don't know what to do in terms of that reaction, but I also am kind of scared that there's like some maniac out there, and I would like for you to find whoever that is. So I don't want to make things worse in some way in terms of you being able to find someone.
Okay.
That's
right.
all I'm asking.
Just I would just only tell
Just-
the people that need to know that
Okay.
are closest to you for your benefit, and anyone else, if they inquire, just you can tell them any excuse you want. You can say the police have asked me not to discuss it.
Okay,
It's as simple as that.
I'll throw you under the bus.
Okay, I'm used to that.
Okay. That's it, I swear, I'm just blowing my nose.
You're all right.
Sarah, your job is very hard.
it is.
You have a very nice personality for it, very calming.
Thank you for saying that. That's kind of how I sell myself sometimes on doing this.
It's really hard. Do you know Gwen?
Gwen Williams?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think you did a presentation at a Red Cross human trafficking.
Sure I did.
Yeah. Okay. Because
At Salvation Army?
yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was me.
Yeah, I thought so. Because when they were kind of telling me, who I was going to be talking with, I was like, that sounds familiar.
And I had the boys there that morning, and that's why I like talked
And I
ran
remembered
out.
you talking about your boys actually too.
Well, it's good to see you again.
Sorry, under these circumstances.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a nightmare.
This isn't something that anyone plans on going through or wants to go through.
We were
So it is.
divorced. It wasn't good, but like, this is never something you would ever want to happen. I understand why I'm a suspect. I guess I'm not a suspect. I understand why you would think that I would do this, but not you, but
Right.
I'm just worried about the kids, and I'm so sorry for his family and for his children who are now going to grow up without a father. And I have no idea who would do this, and I feel like they're out there. And if they're capable of this, like, what's to keep them from going after the kids? Like, if they hate Danny, then why wouldn't they hate his children?
And you know, they're doing this investigation now to kind of figure out what happened.
He didn't do it to himself. There's no way he did it. He never really got depressed. He never got that sad. You know, like, he was a really positive guy. Mm-hmm. It wasn't him.
And you know, just because you guys are divorced, you probably know him very well, probably better than anyone else does. So.
Except for the last 2 years. Like, I don't know specifics of, like...
Well, right, his personal life, but you still know his personality.
I do.
And, you know, personalities usually don't change very often, so...
Yeah. I'm gonna have a hard time not being sad in front of the boys. I need to tell them today, don't I?
I think you do.
Have you done this before? Doesn't matter if you've done this before.
Have I told children? You know, I have, not as young as your boys.
What do I tell them?
You know where your boys are at. You know kind of what you've talked to your boys, you know, and I know they're so young, you know, some parents have conversations about life and death and things like that, and some haven't at that age.
We had our first conversation about God.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Okay.
Ever. And Ben was clipping into his car seat, and Ben out of nowhere says, "Mommy, I bet Abba knows a lot more about God than you do." And I said, well, different people have different beliefs about God. And so we get to the car, and Ben was like, "Is God a man or a woman?" And I said, well, some people believe that he or she is an old white man with a long white beard. And Lincoln, who's 3.5, said, "God is dead."
And is Ben's your oldest then? And then who's your 3.5-year-old?
Lincoln.
Lincoln?
And I said,
I love that name.
Lincoln. Like, I was like, it's like Nietzsche in the back seat. Like, I was like, Lincoln, who's still in diapers, but is having a sophisticated conversation about God. And I just was laughing and laughing, and they were asking such interesting questions, and I was answering them with, like, different people think different things. And, you know, but it was just our first time we ever had a conversation. Really, they talk about superheroes a lot, and so sometimes they'll joke, they'll fall over and be like, "I'm dead," and I say, "I really don't like it when you say that." And you know, they've talked about like animals being like, "He was dead," like on the ground, and they even quasi understand. Lincoln's named after my grandmother, and whose initials are LJ, so his initials are LJ. He would say to my mom, who's still very heartbroken over the loss of her mother, he would say to her mom, like, "Is your mommy dead?" And she'd say, "Yes, you know, you're named after him." And he'd say something like, "Well, is she in heaven then?" You know, like, so they have some fleeting concept of things like God.
So they know heaven.
I mean, I don't know.
And let me just kind of back. I'm not sure what investigator Isom kind of told you. You know that he's still alive.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. He's.
Is he possibly gonna make it?
I don't know the answer to that. I know
he made it sound like he was gone. Okay. So does that mean that he might be okay? You don't know.
Don't think. From what it sounds like, I don't think he'll be
the same. Okay, but he might make it.
I don't want to give you that false hope.
I'm sorry, I just thought he was gone, and now I don't know what to tell. It's sort of a game changer.
I know, and that's why I was kind of asking you.
I didn't know that. He made it sound like he was gone.
I don't think it's good though.
I know that's sort of what he said, but I assumed he was saying that like euphemistically.
And that's why I'm kind of because I don't want to be misleading in this conversation.
Is there any way to find out if, like, because if he might be okay, like, I want to bring the kids to him so they can...
And that's kind of stuff we'll talk about in a little, but let me ask him.
I just think that's different, right? Like, if
No,
he's not
it
going to
is.
make it and he can see the kids one more time, then he should see them. So, is there, like, are we getting updates from the hospital?
They have been, they were at the hospital. Obviously, when, something like this happens, they do go to the hospital.
How did this, so when it happened, did someone call the police because they heard a gunshot or something? How would they know did he call the police? How would they know to take him to the hospital?
I don't know the answers to all these, and I'm not, I'm gonna when Investigator Adelson comes back in here, I'll let you kind of ask some of those questions.
Okay.
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 But I didn't want you to think, I'm sorry, I just didn't want you to think that he was
I thought he was gone.
And that's what I was getting from your conversation, and I didn't want it to be.
If he's still alive, I need to make different choices.
Right.
I want the boys to be with him. Well, I don't know. I mean, if he looks scary, then...
Right, and that's what...
Is that why? Does he look scary? Is that why?
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Because I think that would be more traumatizing for the kids to see like something horrible.
Right.
I don't want them to.
And I will say, from a victim advocate perspective,
Yep.
I always recommend people not, especially young children.
There's so little. I mean, they could I want them to have. If it's gonna have to be memories, I want them to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Because their last memory would have been him taking them to school this morning.
Mm-hmm.
This morning. Is the police officer still at school? Like, are the boys safe there right now?
I don't know the for sure answer to that, but I do know that they checked on them. And
I know they checked on them, but like the kids, I just want to make sure they're okay.
Let me go talk and let me ask them that for you. Wendy, look at me. There's no reason for them to think that anything's going to happen to the boys right now, okay?
Okay.
And I just want you to know that there's no indications that...
But why would someone do this? Like, why wouldn't they just come after my whole family?
I do hear your concern. I do. I just want you to know, though, like, there's no... If there was an indication...
I mean, there's no indication some crazy person was gonna kill Danny, so why would they not think someone was gonna... Like, anything could happen, right?
From what I understood, that there was someone that was at the school.
They didn't find anyone, like, running away at the scene, did they?
I don't know that answer, okay? I'm sorry. I know I'm giving you a lot of I don't know.
I know, I'd rather that than you make something up, but I just have no idea what's happening right now.
I'm sorry. Let me go see and try to talk to Investigator Adelson and see if he can give you a little bit more clarity.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I tried Lynn's office, and of course it's, she's a state worker at 4:30 on a Friday, so she wasn't there.
Do you
I
have your
called,
cell phone for my phone?
not yet.
Okay.
I called Alan
What
and
is your name?
Sergeant Baldwin, Joanna, sorry. And I spoke with his secretary. He didn't answer his cell phone. I did get a hold of Jane, okay? So she is on her way, okay? And I'll keep trying Alan. They were sending him a whatever message to his phone, so he will probably call me.
Did
when
you
he
tell
gets
Jane
there.
what happened?
No, I told her, I didn't want to tell her over the phone. I said, I'm sorry, I'm being cryptic. Something's happened with her ex-husband and she needs you here and we need help picking up the kids and you're free to go with her when she gets here. We'll work on car seats. They may be done doing what they need to do with your van when she gets here, so y'all can take your car or we can get the car seats, however we need to do it. Okay? Do you want anything to drink? Or, I know that's probably the last thing on your mind, but anything to drink or snack, or I know you were at lunch, but...
Just some water?
Some water? Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
We got somebody?
Yep, she's on her way.
Okay, where's she going?
She's coming here,
Okay.
and then I told her we would figure it out from there. She doesn't have car seats, so we need to
Can
work
you get
that
with
out.
Couch? Because he's doing the van.
Okay.
And they can move the car seats over to the other car.
And I didn't know if we'd be done or what, but we will get those.
Yeah, all right. This is I'm trying to keep you informed as much as possible.
Thank you.
I'm trying to be in a bunch of places at once.
My grandmother once said you can't have your tuchus in 2 places at once. So it's hard
That's
to
true.
do.
That's true.
I'm losing my mind over here.
Okay, this is the thing. All right, I'm my understanding. Okay, I'm going to give you the. Let me do it backwards because this will be easier, or not backwards, but the other way.
Is he still alive?
Clinically, he's not going to live.
What does that mean?
He has
he
a
brain
severe
dead?
yes. He has a severe brain injury.
So much shot him in the head.
It's apparently there's too much damage to recover from it. Okay, that's why we need to get a hold of
His family.
parents. Right.
I don't know what his I don't know if he has an advance directive or
Right.
what he would have wanted. He once told me that he would want we joked, I said I would want to be like, if I have an advance directive, I do this kind of work, I run a medical legal partnership, like if I once said if I ever was like brain dead, I would want to be like, I'd want the plug pulled,
right.
And he said he would want all efforts made, like he would be cryogenically frozen, like he wanted every single effort that could be made to keep him alive. I know that much.
My understanding, and that's what we'll have to get a hold of the family as soon as possible, but my understanding is there's irreparable damage. There's nothing that can be done. I mean, I'm not there, I wasn't there, but I understand from previous cases that the brain, his brain is damaged beyond repair. There's nothing that can be done for that.
Is he still alive? Should I bring the kids to see him?
No. He has severe facial injury. I'm sorry, and I know this is tough, but I would not want my children to see.
Okay, I just thought I got this inkling that maybe he was like still somewhat conscious and I wanted him to get to be with them if that. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that, but that's
Okay.
that's the way it is. Like I said, there's severe injury, trauma.
Okay.
All right.
Is there a doctor like working on him, or are they just?
There's doctors at the trauma bay, the ER. I think he's been transferred to ICU.
Okay.
All right, and they'll have to make a determination about organs.
Oh my
and
God.
so forth.
Oh.
So, hence, hopefully we can.
Okay, the kids. Yeah, the kids.
All right, now let's talk about the kids. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. I don't know who the contact person was. Was it one of the ladies that you were eating
I
with?
think
No.
Miss McPherson.
I thought I wasn't supposed to contact them, so I didn't ask about those two because I thought it seemed. Anyway, I
That's
asked
fine.
2 other women I'm friends with.
Okay, that are familiar with
I
the
think
children?
Jane is who they got.
Does the daycare place have to be contacted to allow her to?
Oh, I kind of thought I would go with her.
Okay, here's the thing, all right? As soon as this phone comes back,
Yeah.
I have to ask you some questions about I've already known about the phone.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for?
It would be weird for Jane to, Jane likes the boys a lot, but it would be better for Lynn to pick them up, just because Lynn has picked them up before, like when Danny had a back surgery.
Okay.
They call her Aunt Linny, they're really close with her. If we could get her cell phone number.
Okay.
Do
Or
Lynn
her
and Jane
daughter,
know each other at all?
probably a little through me,
Through you,
but
but not friends.
yeah. I mean, Jane's a therapist. Like, she'd be very comforting. She has 2 kids of her own. She'd be fine. But I'm trying not to freak the kids out any more than necessary. So Lynn or Alan, her husband, Alan or Lynn would be the best choice.
You don't have a number by heart for them?
No.
Okay.
Here, let me go check with Joanna and see
Please.
where she got, if she got far with them.
The reason being is.
You need to talk to me.
Yes.
Okay.
And you've been great. I mean, you understand exactly how we have to do things, and I haven't had to explain a lot of stuff, but really, I feel the need to. I really want you here.
Okay.
If you know, and you're not under arrest or anything like that.
I understand why you
But
think I'm the primary suspect.
No, you're not the primary suspect. I have to work just as hard whether you were or you're not.
Okay,
Okay.
I understand.
To show what your activities were.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And let's put it this way. I think you're a straightforward person. And I think at this point, if you had anything to do with this, you'd have already told me.
Okay.
And you haven't. So my thing is that let's let the...
My ex-husband caused me a lot of grief. I would never do something like that.
I know. And it's
So
going
I understand why I
Okay.
would be the person you would think would do something, but
Well, we have to work just as hard to eliminate
it's
people.
fine. I want to figure out who this is because
Right.
I'm honestly worried.
Well, let me ask you, if you found out that this was someone that you personally know, would that change your mind about what should happen to that person
About what should happen to that person?
for prosecution purposes?
No.
Is there any way that you would think
if
somebody-
somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Regardless of who it is.
I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother, but I don't think it was my family. Anyone outside my immediate family, that's a tough one.
Okay.
But I don't think my immediate family did this. So
Okay.
if it's anybody else, yeah.
Okay. Would you think that this guy Charlie would even be capable of doing something like this?
No. No.
Let's just talk.
He's the Joker.
Okay. All right. Based on the fact that the clock is already ticking, all right, and we have to do as much work as possible up front, that's why I want you to stay here,
Okay.
if at all possible.
Okay.
But you're these children's mother, and if they have
I
somebody...
can't freak him out, you know? Like,
Nobody's going to freak them out.
I know, I'm just saying, like, my kids, like, they're already going to have to deal with so much. Like, they're going to wonder where I am, and the best thing would be Lynn and Alan, to have them hang around with them. My friend Janine, I was with two women. One of them is they're both doctors, but one of them has kids that the boys are friends with. And so, like, he could go over their house. They could go over their house and spend time. I don't want them, like, where's mommy? What's
Mommy's
going on?
busy. Mommy's busy, can't come here right now. Will that suffice?
For a little while, yeah.
Okay. All right. Lynn, do we have a number for Lynn?
Joanna tried to get in contact with her, left a message at Alan's office for him to call. They haven't heard back yet.
Can they page him? Like, do they have a... I don't know.
Now I know Jane's on the way here, and you just don't think she...
I mean, I think she'd be okay. I think I'd rather Jane. Jane has just never picked up my kids before.
Would the school have a problem with Jane picking them up?
Given the circumstances, no.
Okay. Well, I mean, do they have to have authorization?
They probably do. I mean, I can call the school, and I mean, this is a very unusual circumstance. I can call the school and tell them I approve Jane McPherson to pick up the kids, and then.
Does she have a place to take them?
I mean, she has a nice house, a comfortable, like
She
a
willing to do
child-friendly
that?
house.
I mean, I know she's on her way here
She
now.
doesn't know what happened, I don't think. She
Okay.
just knows I'm here.
All right. Let's get Jane's on her way here. All right, and the school's out on Tharp, and I'm assuming she lives up in the northeast part of town.
Quite an assumption. Yeah, she's off Waverly. And her husband is a writer, so both parents are around.
Okay. Let's have Jane. You want me to talk to her, or just tell her that, or have Joanna tell? I'll talk to
I
Joanna.
think someone should. Jane was a victim advocate too for a while. She's in there.
Jane.
Jane McPherson
McPherson.
My
What was she, a
friend Jane.
victim advocate?
in Gadsden.
Okay.
Maybe she wasn't. She's a therapist.
Okay.
Did she do something with the university now, or is she just a PhD
She was the 1 million bones woman.
Okay, that's where I know it's coming
All right.
from.
Will you coordinate with her and let her call the school to have Jane pick the children up? I'm going to redirect Jane to the school directly.
Okay.
It's what's your
Creative preschool. It's on Tharp. Right past there's a Magnolia school, and then there's Creative on your right.
It's right up here, right?
It's on Tharp.
Oh, no.
There's a
Tharp out
couple.
west of town?
There's a couple. I'm really bad with directions. If you were to go all the way up Tennessee
Right.
and turn right, like on, I think it's Ocala, right where
Right.
Super Perros is, and then you'd make a left on Tharp. You'd go up a little ways more, and it would be on your right.
Creative preschool.
I'm gonna throw up.
Come in the bathroom if you need to.
Okay.
Do you want to go in there for a bit?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, let me know if it's that. I'm just gonna Google if that's okay.
Create a preschool, yeah. Ugh.
West Third Street.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Do you want?
It's like a whole cast of characters. You get Jane from 1 Million Bones. Were you involved in that?
I knew about it, and I know I saw a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
I can't recall if I've done anything directly with it, but. Do you want me to talk to them first, or do you want to?
What would you tell them what happened, or no?
No.
Okay. I will talk to them.
I would just say this is the third time spoken up. Stipulating circumstances, please.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Chuck. This is Wendy, Ben and Lincoln's mom. Hi. I'm not going to be able to pick them up today, but my friend Jane McPherson's going to come. Is that okay? Her name is Jane McPherson. She's a petite woman with short blonde hair. Yes. She should have her ID if she's driving. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chuck. Are the boys doing okay? Okay. Well, that sounds great. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye. Lincoln's outside playing. Ben is in the blocks area playing with blocks.
They're only a year and a half apart, so they'll be like a year behind each other every time in school, right?
They have Ben's a July birthday, Lincoln's October, so they may end up a little more spaced.
Okay. So like have because July he'll probably be like the young baby in classes.
That was our.
He'll be the older.
That's what we were supposed to talk about this morning. Is like whether Ben should start kindergarten or go to kindergarten twice, or what he should do. And then he didn't call me back, which was weird.
Are you thirsty?
Yeah.
Let me see if I.
Is it Joanne or Joanna?
Joanna.
She said she was going to bring some water.
Okay. We're kind of all running around. Let me get that for you. And let me grab some more tissues too.
I've gone through.
Oh, I want to be around you. I just know if I was sitting here, what would I probably want? Not much, but I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. I guess this is a very different version of me you saw on the stage speaking versus having this. Thank you for that.
Yes, but this is an acceptable version given the circumstances that happened.
I just keep picturing the kids and what I'm going to tell them.
And from what I understand, Lynn's here.
Lynn's here?
Yeah, I think they're going to go ahead and have her go pick up the kids.
Can I just like get a hug from her?
Let me see if she's still here. Okay, she's not up here probably, so let me see.
I'm sorry, I don't want to run you around. It's
No,
fine. Don't worry about it. I just.
Do you want a hug from her?
I'd really love. Yeah.
That's okay. Sometimes all I can do is run around. Okay.
Projection of reality.
Sorry, my real quick take a little bit longer than. Ambassador Adelson's going to get Jane and bring her here for you to see.
Ellen is going to get Jane? I'm sorry,
Investigator Isom, which is the man that's been talking to you. He's going to grab her.
Grab Jane?
Yes, and Jane kind of voiced to Joanna the kids probably wouldn't really necessarily recognize her. So, and in the meantime, Alan and Lynn got in touch with Joanna, so I think now what's happening, and Joanna already called the preschool. Sorry, I know this is a lot of information taken, but I think Lynn's going to come here, get car seats, go to the preschool.
She can't take the car because they're like examining the car.
I think, or I don't, but essentially,
if they
yes.
can take the car seats out, they are so dirty.
It's
covered in Cheerios. And I actually meant to make an appointment this week to get it cleaned, and I didn't get around to it. So they're going to take the car seats out of the car, put them in Alan and Lynn's car.
And then they'll bring them.
Alan and Lynn, like, the kids will be quite comfortable around them.
Right, okay.
And Jane's right, she hasn't seen the kids in a while. So Jane's coming in here now?
Yes.
Does she know what's going on? Do Alan and Lynn know what's going on?
I think they know that he's been seriously injured. I don't know.
Hi.
Hi, Annie. Oh, dear. Oh, Wendy.
I really needed some help, but I'm sorry, I needed to call you.
Okay, sweetie.
Did they tell you?
They didn't tell me. I know.
Are things on the news?
It is on the news, but I don't know anything. I know there was a shooting in Danny's block this morning. That's all I know.
That's all I know.
Oh dear, honey. Do you know how he is?
He's not good, Jane.
Really? Holy moly.
I was driving up the street and I saw like the tape and I just thought, oh, maybe there's like an electrical outage or something. Like I saw the street blocked.
So you
I was driving into town. I was running errands. I was meeting some friends for lunch and I drove up Trescott because it's the shortcut. And so I drive up Trescott and I see the tape and I was like, I guess there was like an electrical outage because sometimes we'd have trees that would fall or whatever. And so I turned around and didn't think anything of it. I was at lunch with 2 friends and the officer shows up. And I've been here since then.
And you don't have a phone?
Well, I had a phone. I gave them, I said you can search my phone because maybe they can like find something useful on it.
We have to go through a lot of these steps, and as I was explaining to her, it's just as much effort to go through the steps to exclude anybody that could possibly be involved.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So we have her phone. As soon as it's apparently it's taking a little bit longer than normal, and as soon as we get done with the phone, she'll get it back. So but the main thing I was concerned about is the kids need to be picked up on Friday.
Right.
And so when I came and they said they'd spoken to the Grossmans, I was like, I'll get the kids. I'm a social worker. I've picked up kids that don't know me before, but I think especially given this.
I gave them your name and Lynn's name and said, I think like Alan and Lynn have done it. Like when Danny had his back surgery, Alan and Lynn did it before, so because I was out of town,
and
so
they
like
have,
they've done it before, and they've got 4 kids, so they can.
I have, you're gonna be here for a while, you want me to sit? So, like, I might have a blanket in my car or something?
Do we have anything
Do you have
here, or have they all been used?
somebody who could get
Let me check.
This
see
woman
that
is
one is good enough for
freezing.
her.
And I apologize, I thought about that when she was shivering earlier, but I guess got a lot of stuff going on.
No, clearly there's a,
not
there's
really
a,
the most
it
important
isn't,
thing
it's
right
not
now.
the most important thing.
No. I saw her shivering, and I kept thinking I'll go out and find out if there's. They had a bunch of them. They had a bunch of them, but I don't know what's still available.
So what do you mean he's not good? What do you know about this?
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Oh my god. Really?
Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna tell the kids.
Let's put that on.
That would be great, thank you.
Thanks.
You really don't think that? You know that?
What's that? I'm sorry.
You know that they don't think he's gonna make it through this?
Oh, really? You're not gonna make it.
And he's a TMH right now?
And I was asking because I thought maybe he would, and I wanted I wanted the kids to be with him if like he was okay.
Okay.
There's more to come as we break down the police interrogation of Wendi Adelson. Be sure to press subscribe wherever you download podcasts so you don't miss our next segment. If you're joining us midway through, every single day, we're dropping parts 1 through 5 of Wendi Adelson's police interrogation interview. What did she know? And where did she know it?
Sick of the ads?
We are too.
Start listening with no commercials now and get access to all of our episodes in advance of everyone else.
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
True Crime Today Premium Plus.
Sign up now.